fell in love with the plug. I fell in love with the plug. I fell in love with the plug. He be showing me so much love.
You are now plugged in with another B.O.B. They say blacks have less. Well, let's come together for success. My name is Justin Shelton.
And I'm Bruce Wilson, and today our black business owner is
Nicole Mason of Glean, LLC.
I fell in love with the plug.
You allow our viewers to know what's the name of your company. Well, you already named your company, but where you guys are located.
So Glean, LLC is based out of Churchill. We're right here in Richmond. We have our employees come from the Richmond inner city area specifically.
I fell in love with the plug.
How did you get into cleaning?
Yeah, so it's kind of an interesting story. My background is in mental health, and I noticed that some of the families that I was working with really didn't have basic needs met.
Wow.
So I started a cleaning company while staying in mental health, and eventually this is the first year that I actually have gotten to do full-time in our cleaning company. So the goal is really to create job opportunities for people who are either unemployed or underemployed.
Wow, that's a great call.
I fell in love with the plug.
What do you guys specifically highlight as far as business standpoint? Do you, is it residential or is it commercial? Which one?
So that's the thing about cleaning. When people hear cleaning company, they usually think my house needs to be cleaned, and we appreciate that. We work with some great residential cleaners, but we really focus on commercial cleaning. So we're moving into post-construction cleaning, and my dream, my goal, my desire is the new schools that are being created for Richmond Public Schools, that we'll be able to employ parents to specifically clean those schools after the construction has happened, so that we can funnel those dollars right back to the community.
That's awesome.
I fell in love with the plug.
So if you could describe your business in 3 words, just the atmosphere of it, what 3 words would they be?
So we're mission focused, I guess that's 2 words.
Well, it is like.
And we can be trusted.
Trusted.
So that's really important to me.
Can you highlight trusted? Gotta highlight trusted. I like that. Trusted.
So one is just integrity of you signed a contract with us. We're going to make sure that that is done. So the competition that we have is, in some places they have janitors, or they would have someone within the staff that can clean, but the difference is when that person calls out, that cleaning doesn't happen. So when you have a company, you know that we have steps in place to make sure that that cleaning happens. So that's the basic of integrity. But the trust is people are allowing us into their spaces. We love supporting entrepreneurs, so they have put blood, sweat, and tears into their salons or their businesses, and we want to make sure that we treat that space as if it's our own. If we see something on the floor, we pick it up. If we have something that's going to take a few extra minutes just to make sure it looks nice and presentable to their customers, we'll go that extra mile, because we want to make sure that they know that we value their service, but we also can be trusted in their space. It's kind of like being in their home, because they spend more time, I would guess, in their businesses than they actually spend in their home.
Gotcha. Now I noticed you mentioned other competition. So what makes your company stand out from all of that?
Yeah, so Glean is really mission-based. I think I just shared about kind of our focus in supporting folks who are unemployed or underemployed, and that's on the mission side. But in terms of a customer looking at our company, we meet all the basic checks of being licensed, bonded, and insured. We also provide a green cleaning, an environmentally sound cleaning, because one of the things I learned being in this business is that there's something called occupational asthma, and people who are in the cleaning field can get a type of asthma just being exposed to the chemical products that are being used in cleaning. Every day they're cleaning inside and out and breathing in those fumes. So we really have focused on doing more green cleaning.
Wow, you have taught me something new. I never knew.
I learn something new every day.
That's where that cough came from.
I fell in love with the plug.
Come about with your name.
So I thought Glean was just a really cool name that I believe God gave to me when it came to this scripture in the Bible about Ruth gleaning in the fields. It wasn't until 2 years into building my business that I was really prompted to study what that word meant. And apparently, gleaning was a way that people would have these large fields and they would leave the edges of the fields unharvested. So would harvest everything else, leave the edges, and the people who are either widow, unemployed, needed some sort of support, they would come to the edges and pick what they wanted. So we've taken something from an ancient agrarian society and moved it to now, and just, it's been a blessing.
I fell in love with the
If
plug.
for black-owned business were to invest $1 million into Glean, what would you?
What would I do? That is a great question. So I would definitely build on our infrastructure, having the resources and equipment. I would definitely put some pieces in place. So it's not my goal to hoard people or opportunities. I think there's a thought process that there are only a few opportunities and only a few people can get them. I think there are tons of opportunities, especially in the Richmond area. So I really want to teach other people how to start their own cleaning.
I fell in love with the plug.
Continuing on, I want to ask, why is it important for the community to support black entrepreneurs, but also why is it important for entrepreneurs to support the community that's supporting them?
Ooh, poetry snap. That's a double one. So I keep thinking of my grandfather when I think of this concept, because my grandfather has allegiance to black businesses. He goes to a doctor that he's gone to for all of his life, specifically because this doctor was black and one of the few black specialists in that area. So I think there's, if you find people that you that are providing an excellence in business, of whatever color that person is, I think it's important to be loyal to that person. But I think there's a benefit in us knowing that we have the capability of not just working for people, but owning. I am amazed at how, I don't know if you guys have gone to the Black History Museum in DC. One of the things that stood out to me is that after people were released from slavery, they offered their services that they learned in slavery as a way of becoming entrepreneurs. And I'm thinking, we have it in our genes. It's in our DNA. It's in us. So we really, sometimes I think we're kind of like sleeping giants. We don't know our own potential.
I fell in love with the
My
plug.
next question is, why do you think the plug for black-owned business will be beneficial to you and your company?
Well, I think this is a unique opportunity to get in front of people that we may not have been exposed to Glean, because we're only 3 years in. So we're there's some larger cleaning companies that people know to kind of think of when they think of commercial cleaning, but it's exciting to be around people my age, I think, who are passionate not only about business, but about encouraging other people to start their businesses or to develop their businesses. I think there's something to be said for us working together rather than individually.
I fell in love with the plug.
To know how you can be reached.
Yeah, so they can go to gleanllc.com. We'd love to support anyone who has a business, a salon, whatever it is, even churches. We support churches now with their cleanings right before service and their cleanings right after service. And I can also be reached at our office line at 491-9551.
Got you.
All right, so you heard it here, you guys. Hey, and get that eco cleaner too. Is that what you
Oh, yeah, we can call it that.
Yeah, eco cleaner.
Eco cleaner. Get that eco cleaner.
So how does it feel to be plugged in?
It feels good. It feels good.
Well,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I fell in love with the plug. I fell in love with the plug. I fell in love with the plug. He be showing me so much love.